Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
Yeah, well, I've said this before. It's like it's time for the GOP to get their balls out of Trump's desk and stand for border security, because they've been yelling for it for months, and that's where I'm at with it. Do their job.
Our friend Brooklyn Dad Defiant summed it up. What a day we just had. Trump's immunity quest denied. MAGA Mike Johnson loses 4 Republicans in a failed impeachment vote. Nikki Haley defeated by none of these candidates. President Biden cruises to an easy, dominant Nevada victory. Okay. And, Ronna McDaniel is stepping down because
did you see
Donald Trump probably told her to. And he's going to put an election denier guy from North Carolina in. So,
but Matt Gaetz wants Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's so magical. See? Did they have
makeup
sex? Did they have makeup sex?
They must have.
No, they didn't. He's not young enough.
Oh, no, she said, much like his anti-vax supporters, Trump now has no immunity. That's funny.
That's
funny because it brings in all the issues. Wow. I think we just didn't realize how really, really good Nancy Pelosi was at this. She never took a vote. She knew she wasn't going to win.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And then
Who's
there's
the whip?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, whining because Al Green voted because he came back from the hospital to vote. That's his
Accused the
job.
Democrats of hiding him away.
Hiding him.
That was sneaky.
As if that would have made any difference.
By the way, did you see that? Did you hear the boos after Mike Johnson? That she was leading the Howler Monkey caucus.
She's a screech monkey.
She is. She's awful.
And then they had the Israel vote, which they didn't need to do,
No.
and then he lost that too because oh my God. But no Ukraine aid. How does anyone want to take a guess on exactly how shouty Malcolm Nance will be today? Oh, the headline: Russian general admits Ukraine is just a stepping stone to invade Europe. Okay,
I know. I'm going to trigger him.
What we've been saying.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Tucker Carlson was over there interviewing Putin to get Putin's talking points about Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
Just in time for the traitors, Republican Putin puppets in Congress to vote against Ukraine aid. Okay, have I summed up?
I think so.
Donald Trump has no immunity. He has not immunity.
That broke during our show yesterday.
Yeah, it did. Just in time for Allison Gill.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
God loves us and wants us to have nice things.
God also loves a terrier.
Yes.
Indeed. Well,
But terriers don't like their feet touched.
specifically their nails.
Okay.
Well, you have to touch
Yes.
their feet
No.
to get to their nails.
Podicures without CBD distillery for dogs. Okay. Okay. Oh, we also have an extra. It's already Man Meat Wednesday with Bob Seska and Malcolm Nance and Carlos Rocky. And then what did we do? We added an extra slab of Frank the Gluzzi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Little G-Man action.
Wow. G-Spot man. G-Spot man is what I call him. Yeah.
It's got a new book coming out.
Yes. And we obviously the Ethan Crumbly. And I just this is just this morning. This is the thing too. These lunatics are putting this on, social media now. So I guess so as to make the FBI easier to find them. Me and millions of other gun-loving Americans are just waiting until Trump gives us the green light to take to the streets and start gunning down Democrats. This guy, I don't know who that guy is.
He's a guy, but his face is there. You hear his voice. You can totally identify him.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what, Chris? I feel this may be. I need to get my my own fart machine because I know sometimes you're a little slow with the fart wop and the gurgle, which are my favorites. I think we need to put those in my box. But okay. So it was a good day yesterday, right?
It was.
The no immunity, which was expected. However. Did you listen to a lot of the legal experts talking about? You know what? It's this Supreme Court. It is hard to know. And that's what a lot of legal experts are saying that and first of all, they're just so arrogant already. And, they may just go, oh no, we're the Supreme Court. We need to, put our stamp on this. And ironically, if they would give Trump the immunity that even if they're going to rule against it, which any sane legal person would say they're going to rule against. There is no such thing as forever presidential immunity, right? But they're saying
I agree with Chris.
I don't think they're going to take it. I hope
if they don't take it, it's done.
But when you hear them talking about the whole, cert or en banc,
en banc.
There you go.
I
don't know why.
Actually, I hear Law and Order when I hear en banc.
Yes, they could do cert or a stay, but they're saying basically if they give Trump the delay that he's asking for, that could be giving him immunity if it's still after the election, and God forbid he
They won't.
wins.
They're not gonna do it.
I don't know. I know Neil Katyal and others. I mean,
gonna do it.
I see. That's what happens, Chris. I get my tummy settles, and then someone else says something else, and
No. I mean,
Because
even
I'm like,
Ellie
this is-
Honig says that
I know,
they're not
we
going to
have
take
that.
it.
oh, your
Yes.
favorite legal blocker.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, let's listen then. Let's do it. Let's Ellie Honig on CNN.
4, 5.
So
So biggest picture, huge win for Jack Smith, unequivocal
Thank
win
you.
for Jack
Thank
Smith.
you.
The language in this ruling is very strong. They forcefully reject Donald Trump's immunity arguments. There's really three major findings that the DC Court of Appeals makes here. First of all, they reject this notion of blanket immunity. They say it is not and cannot be that a president simply can never be charged for anything that happens during his time in office.
Neil Katyal said, I do not think the Supreme Court will hear Trump's appeal. Of course, anything can happen, and it takes 4 of the 9 justices to vote to hear a case. That's what gives me the,
Agita.
right. It takes 5, right, to grant a stay. It takes 4
Just to listen to the
just to
case.
hear it. And even if they're going to, of course, vote, no on this, if it gives him the delay, that's you might as well. I can't even read that part of the story, Chris. When I get down to the place where it says if Trump gets in office, he can just magically, because he'll be a dictator then, and everything just goes.
I know,
and
I'm
no
already
more-
looking into
Boom!
real estate
No
in
more-
Mexico
Yeah,
just
no
in
more
case.
rule of law in America. Anyway, he said, of course, anything can happen. It takes 4 of the 9 justices to
Right.
vote to hear a case.
Right.
But Trump's argument is so weak, and the Court of Appeals decision is so thorough and well done, I can see SCOTUS voting not to hear it.
They're not going to. They don't want to.
I hope they stay out of politics, but they're so political. You're going to tell me, Alito and Thomas aren't purely political? What do you call it?
They need to
Thomas's
convince
wife
2
is an
others.
insurrectionist.
They need to convince 2 others.
Yeah. Yeah. So I obviously was listening till the legal analysis until more Ellie Honig.
Second, the Court of Appeals in D.C. says, if we're asking the question whether Donald Trump's conduct was inside his job as president or outside his job as president, they say he was out of bounds here. He's not covered because he was out of bounds. So even if there is some immunity for stuff that's inside the presidency,
This was outside
he's
that.
way out of it. And then finally, they reject this, I think ludicrous, I think we discussed it at the time, argument that, well, a president can only be indicted if he has first been impeached by the House and convicted by the Senate.
No.
Okay. It's just, you don't even have to be a lawyer, right?
Right.
Trump could just go shoot somebody because he's not in office anymore, but he's still, that's complete immunity. And people were saying Nixon and Clinton obviously
Yes.
were aware they could be charged. That's why Nixon got pardoned. That's why Clinton did a deal to,
yeah.
lose his law license.
And that's cited in this decision. It's cited.
Yeah. Thank you. One more, Ellie Honig.
Was Donald Trump somehow within the scope of his job? The court writes, former President Trump's alleged efforts to remain in power despite losing the 2020 election were, if proven, an unprecedented assault on the structure of our government. He allegedly injected himself into a process in which the president has no role, thereby undermining the constitutionally established procedures and the will of Congress. They say, not even close, absolutely outside of the bounds here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not part of his job. He's like, it's part of my job to make sure there's a free and fair elect. No, you were trying to overturn results you did not like.
Right.
And, I have to hope that we talked about the 60 cases that he brought. They did show urgency then because obviously we needed a resolution. I hope there is urgency here from the courts to go, we have got to.
They're not going to hear it.
They're not going to hear it.
All right, okay. Wow. I can't believe Chris is soothing me. Could you tell me I'm Butishmal, please?
You're beautiful.
Pet my new extensions. Pet my extensions.
I'm not going
Tell
to
me I'm
pet your
beautiful.
extensions.
Pet my extensions and tell me I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but you can't feel them then. We have to pet your actual hair.
Right.
They're not sewed into my actual head like surgery.
What are they sewn into then?
It's
They're
hard
sewn
to
into
say.
they're sewn in into your hair.
Yeah.
So-
So go check it out. See what's up.
They
back
sew
there.
it kind of into your hair. It's
Yeah.
not good for your hair.
So, after
It's better than the tape in.
after
what?
a month, when your hair grows like a quarter inch,
8 weeks. They last 8 weeks,
And they
then
have to
need
tighten them
Then I
again.
need to be resewn. I need to go to a seamstress and be resewn.
that's a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Jen Rubin summing up, on this day, Republicans cannot get the votes for a bogus impeachment. Senate Republicans sink their own border security measure, and Trump gets slapped down by the D.C. Circuit. This is the MAGA GOP. Is it me that I can't imagine one person voting for this whole hot mess?
I can't
the whole
imagine either, but people
situation?
will.
Can we start with just referring to, like, does Nikki Haley have to be referred to as
Less than
lost to none of the above? Even I didn't lose to none of the above in the junior Miss pageant. Even I shook out a fourth runner-up.
Granted, she didn't spend a dime in Nevada.
True.
Whatever.
It didn't spend a single dime. And
She
so,
did not.
but these are bad headlines for her.
terrible.
Yeah. You
Anyway,
think?
yeah.
Well, and the point is that the caucus matters in Nevada and not the primary.
Yeah.
So what was the point of her bothering?
And by the way, Ronald McDaniel, who should be in jail for, aiding and abetting the insurrection and the vote fraud and the whole fake elector scheme, is not MAGA enough now.
Right.
Now we got a pure election denier that runs the North Carolina GOP.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what a Trump 2 would be like, right? All Goebbels, just everybody's Goebbels. There's nobody's.
It's too bad they're not gerbils because they're cute.
I didn't mean to giggle when I said that. I'm under a
Goebbels
lot
is
of.
definitely not cute.
No, Goebbels not cute. Gerbils, on the other hand, are
Are
adorable.
cute.
Yes.
Yes.
My dad interrogated Goebbels
Wow.
famously.
Oh.
I told
In
you.
the original German?
No, my dad didn't speak German.
Oh.
There were translators at Nuremberg. Okay, listen, Chris. Didn't one of our friends call Goebbels my dad's poker buddy? I'm
Yeah.
like, he didn't play poker. He interrogated him.
That was Jim Ward that called your dad that.
Your dad and Goebbels
Oh,
playing
Jim.
poker at Nuremberg.
You
Your dad's poker buddy.
You scamp. By the way, the happy hour with my best friend, Dr. Wanda, wildly popular. Thank you for all the feedback, because I'm telling you, Bambi is also a psychologist, and she tweeted, tonight I recalled the personal impact of 4 years of Trump. First, it was the terror realizing he won. Second, as a therapist, knowing the horrifying repercussions. Third, I was hypervigilant, never able to fully relax, always waiting for the irrevocable. I can't do another 4 years. You? Thank you, Bambi. I'm with you. That's why we're going to have to do Dr. Wanda as a regular Zoom segment from Australia, because this year is going to be terrifying enough with even the possibility, right, of just the endless possibilities. So we wait till what now, Monday, to find out. He's got till Monday.
To file. I think he already did
Search.
file his. I think he filed the appeal.
Search
didn't
with
he?
Retson.
Of course,
Search with
thank you.
Retson.
Uh-huh.
How old are we?
That's old. Oh my God, we've all become like armchair lawyers. We're like, what is that? What's on bonk? What's a cert? What's
I
happening?
know what en banc is. I know what cert is.
Certs is a breath mint with Retson. There's two mints in
And then
one.
you click
good.
them together and they go sparkly.
You're going to have fascism now with Retson. Okay. There is already, of course, a statement from the bassinet. Oh, it's got a big Trump thing. So you know it's... Without presidential immunity, the presidency will lose its power and prestige.
No.
And some leaders have no power at all. The presidency will be consumed by the other branches of government. That's not what our founders wanted. Wow. Super drama kingy this morning.
Our founders also didn't want the president to break the law.
Thank you.
Yeah, they didn't envision us putting a giant crook in the
Right.
Oval Office, convicted felon. Oh, by the way, that's like, I think he's referring to like the movie The Blob. Remember that?
I think
The
might be.
presidency will be consumed by the other branches of government.
by the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yes.